Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Redeemed, where the redeemed of the Lord tell their story, those God rescued from the hand of the foe. And here tonight, we have Brother Sonny Marino, who's no stranger to gangs and prison. He's been institutionalized most of his life, but one day, God stepped in, turned things around, broke the chains of bondage, and now he's been set free. So let's listen in as he shares his story.
Hi, my name is Sonny Marino, 41 years old, and I attend Victory Outreach Las Vegas. Let me tell you a little bit about myself before I came into the things of God. At the age of 13, I committed an assault with a deadly weapon with intent to commit murder. And ever since then, I've been in and out of institution after institutions. My father was a gang member. My older brother was a gang member. And so I wanted to become a gang member. And that was my life. I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. So I was in and out. At the age of 18, I ended up going to the county jail. And there is where I learned about prison life, prison gang life. And I was attracted to it. I was there and I started learning a little bit about the things that were going on behind the walls, and I was so attracted to it. I wanted this. I wanted this more than anything, and so I just continued to learn. I continued to be in there and sacrifice different things because I thought that this was the life I was supposed to live. My father would talk to me and he would tell me, "Don't ever get clicked up," right? And I would just look at him and I would laugh, and you know, he wanted me to be tough. He wanted me to be a gang member, but he didn't want me to get clicked up. So there I was learning, I was getting educated, I was making sacrifice, I was hurting people, and I was hurting myself. Not only that, I was hurting my mother, right? Putting her through all kinds of things. At that age of 18, I ended up committing a home invasion. And I hurt some people, and from there it just I continued to escalate to more violence, and so when I was there, I ended up coming to Las Vegas, going to prison, and after a while, after I was here, an 8-time felon, and I went back and I got arrested one more time. For ex-felon in possession of a firearm. At this time, since I was an 8-time felon, the DA wanted to give me what was called a habitual offender. They wanted to charge me with this, which is a life term, and I was just like, oh man. So I ended up calling my wife, and I talked to her, and I said, hey, take this firearm, say it's yours, and so that way I won't get a life sentence, right? And she says, you know what, I'm attending Victory Outreach Las Vegas, and I won't lie for you. You have to give it to God. So I hung up. I was upset. I hung up, and I didn't want to talk to her, but she came to visit me, and because she wasn't giving up, and she told me, you need to give it to God. God will take care of everything. And I didn't want to hear none of it. I've never grown up to know the things of God. Like I said, my father was a gang member. I decided I was going to be a gang member and be in prison for the rest of my life. So I didn't want to deal with any of it. I just didn't want to do life in prison. And so I was there, and I was sitting in my cell in a max unit because I was a high-risk offender. And there I was like, man, what am I going to do? My attorney comes and says the DA wants to make an example out of you because you've been coming to the Nevada prison system and you've been going to the California prison system, and that I've been working the system. And so they wanted to make an example out of me. And so there I was thinking, man, and the voice of my wife came in, you need to give it to God. And I said, well, what am I going to do? I said, God, if you can, if my wife is right, you know, help me out and do something. And something inside of me just broke. And I was excited. I was smiling, I was laughing. I'm sure other people in the cells, they didn't know what was going on, but I was crying and laughing at the same time with just so much joy. And I couldn't explain it. And I said, God, whatever you have, whatever you want to do in my life, if it's life I have to do, then that's fine. I'm not even going to fight it anymore. I don't care. I just can't explain this joy. And so there I was in the cell, excited. This was on a Thursday. Come Saturday, my public defender comes to visit me, and she says, the DA wants to make you an offer. And I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get 15, 20 years, with no life after it. And I was like, okay, so what does he want? What do they want to give me? 15 years? And I was ready to take a deal. And she says, no, hold on, let me talk. And she tells me, they want to give you 1 to 4 years. And so I was like, wow, what? And she goes, hold on, there's still more. Not only that, but he wants to lower it to a Class C felony, which means that you get more off your sentence. And at that moment, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that there was a God, right? All my life, I've been hurting people. All my life, I've been in prison. And yet God still seen something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And all the lies, all the deceit that the enemy had been planning in my head, it just turned around. And from that day forward, I got out of prison after 2.5 years, went straight into Victory Outreach Men's Home. And Victory Outreach, they welcomed me with open arms. Not only that, while I was incarcerated, they were there taking care of my family, which I have never been able to do my entire life. But yet there they were there supporting me. And so since then, I've become I'm overseer of evangelism out there, reaching the people that are in the same boat that I have been in, the same lifestyle that I was in, gang banging, prison life, all that. And now I'm able to share with them the same story of God's power, of God's love. And not only that, I'm here in Victory Outreach doing overseer of sound, and now president of Riders Out of Darkness, which is a motorcycle ministry, reaching out to those motorcycle clubs or just any riders that are out there affected by drugs, alcohol, the gang life, right? And they just need the love of God. My name is Sonny Moreno, and I've been redeemed.